alive. It's going to be very, very close when it comes to that measurement time, but he thundered the Golden Ox all the way down the track. Bud Jaskey, four-time national champion and a strong runner all the way around. Bud Jaskey does not wait on anything except the green flag with the Golden Ox. Immediately, now watch the butterflies. That's the three red dots in the middle of the motor right there. They're level. He's putting all the power down to it. The horsepower is making good strides, tractions there. A beautiful job at 166 feet 5 inches. That's a brand new leader, 166 and 5.
So the four-time national champion Bud Jaskey is our leader in the truck pull. Turlock, California's Don Dury is up next.
75 Chevrolet, 468 inches. The weights on the front of this truck are cut out of slabs of steel in the shape of a bear. Running bear. A very pretty truck. Don Dury, one of the finest people that you'd ever want to meet in this sport. Outstanding puller, does a great job, and he's running for the 166.5 mark that was laid down by the Golden Ox, and let's see if he can pass it on this time. Really needs to put the horsepower down on the ground as he cleans it out. He's got the green light on the sled. The green is on the track. All it's left to do now is turn the running bear loose. Don normally takes quite a bit of time on the line, and the rules actually say that you had 3 minutes if you needed them, but Don doesn't need them all now.
Sounded like he ran out of horsepower. He got way.
A beautiful job. You know, it had an unfortunate incident happen just then, but it could prove to be the big success for Don Dury tonight. He left hard with the sled. The motor came down about mid-track, so he couldn't turn the tires as hard as he wanted to. He slowed the tires down, which in turn put a lot more distance on it. He has gone way up the track. We're going to have to wait on this measurement. We may have a brand new leader with this running bear truck. Slowed the motor down, did a great job. We'll just have to wait a moment and see. He really looks like he put some distance on him tonight. Well, Don Dury rolls out, gets up good speed, and gets in the motor hard. But somewhere around that 150-foot mark, the truck begins to come downhill. The motor begins to fall off. The power's backing down on the truck. The tire speeds slow down. And when the tires slow down, I think it actually gives him some more traction, puts a lot of distance on him, moves him into the second place spot at 165 feet 9.5 inches.
Here's Bill Arze from Hollister, California.
Well, this is a beautiful 1967 truck with a 431 in it. And the mark to beat is down the track quite a ways. Let's see how this truck does. Kind of a new truck, a beautiful truck, an outstanding job for this GMC truck. Let's see if he does it. Wide open. Just couldn't turn up enough ground to get it all the way out the end for risky business. A fine, fine run, but not enough for the lead tonight for Bill. A good pull for the risky business truck, even though he's a little short on horsepower and maybe the front tires aren't digging into the track and getting the kind of traction that he needs to make a full pull or the good distance to take over the front lead. But one thing about it, he gives it his best shot. The sled puts the stop to him right there at 151 feet 7.5 inches.
So Bud Jaskey remains the leader in the truck pull.
Avoid the Noid with the Domino's Pizza Guarantee. We guarantee your pizza will be delivered within 30 minutes or you get $3 off your order. Guaranteed. And we guarantee your pizza will taste great. If you're not satisfied with your pizza, we'll replace it or refund your money. Only our pizza is guaranteed to avoid the Noid. Domino's Pizza delivers. Call now.
Why is this man being so unfair to his wife? Enjoying his cold relief while she suffers, feeling no desire to sneeze while she stifles hers, without all the coughs and the runny nose that torture her night, resting in the same bed where she tosses and turns. Why? Because while she took a cold tablet, he took NyQuil.
The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine. Now in new cherry flavor, too.
And another competitor from Dos Palos, California, Dan Moore, will be our next competitor.
This is a beautiful truck, an older model truck, but building a lot of horsepower and does a great job. This is a 1950 model GMC with the ever so popular big block 575 cubic inch engine under this body. Perfectly straight and an absolute immaculate job that Dan has done in putting this truck together. All the finest equipment pulling on it. They back in and get ready to hook to the weight transfer machine that gives you a shot right there of the two pull hitches, the top one being the one used for competition and the bottom one being the one used for the safety chain. There is the pull chain in place. There's the safety chain in place. Now what they'll have one more hookup, and that hookup is where they hook the kill switch in. Both of those chains break, or both of the drawbars break, and that little kill switch right there will kill the engine. Doesn't stop the progressive motion, but lets you shut it down and hopefully retain control of it. There's a good shot of his giant C-Pec puller tires. You know, the pullers say you can't win without them, and so far that has been the situation for quite some time. No one's been able to win unless they're sitting on a set of C-Pec. Let's see if this gentleman can go to the lead, because Bud Jaski owns it now. It'll be just a moment, and we'll see if he can do it. Boy, a beautiful job. An outstanding job for Dan Moore. That little 50 model GMC hooking up and really hauling to the other end of the track. It's going to take a close measurement to find out if he's gone to the lead. At 166.5 was our leading mark. 166.5 was the leading mark. The natural high truck, the little 50 model GMC, doing a great job. Tires bury in a good bite off the starting line area, and he's on his way. He gets good ground speed. Now, the first 75 feet, we've said many times, is the most important part of the pull, and he's just rocketing down the track. Boxes up on top of him, but he's dialed in, hooked up real strong, makes an outstanding pull. That little truck really doing a great job tonight. And look at this. We got a brand new leader at 170 feet, 8 inches. 170 and 8, a brand new leader.
So he knocks Bud Jaski in his second place. Great effort from Dan Moore. And right now, we'll take a look at John Knoll.
This is the Prosecutor. This is a 1959 Chevrolet truck. Another one of the vintage classic trucks that does a great job. They campaign a pair of these trucks. They've got a truck called the Judge and one called the Prosecutor. The Judge not on hand tonight, but the Prosecutor going to try the case of the sled tonight and see if he can go past the mark that we've just taken the lead with. Beautiful pull on the short of it, but a good pull, an outstanding job for the Prosecutor truck. Really trying to grind out a full pull tonight, but it wasn't in the cards, and it'll be a short night for Prosecutor, but a fine job. Kendall Law, the exclusive choice of the nation's top truck and tractor pull competitors.
We're at the Oakland County Coliseum here in Oakland, California. We're looking at, or we'll be looking at, Peggy Jones from Arcata, California. She'll be trying to beat the 170 feet 8 inches of Dan Moore. He is in the #1 spot right now.
This beautiful Ford truck, Peggy, the only lady in our four-wheel drive modified class tonight, with the Misconception 1975 Ford. Peggy, a good competitor. Always enjoy being around her. A 1975 Ford. She can really hook up and pull. Peggy was really trying to take the lead tonight. She got a little trouble over on the right-hand side of the track. Got off just a little bit late, but a beautiful job for her. It looks like she got a little oil out of the valve covers of this 518 cubic inch Ford motor. And a lot of times when you heat the engine up, the oil gets thin. It'll seep out from underneath the valve covers and go right up on top of the headers. That's what all the smoke's coming out of it. Doesn't actually hurt the engine.
We'll be taking a closer look at Dave Martin of Riverside, California. He's trying to beat out Dan Moore for the top spot.
Well, Dan now making his home in Riverside, California, but one thing about him, he's a Cajun at heart, and that's where the name of this beautiful Ragin' Cajun trucks come from. An outstanding puller, does a great job, rolls the slack out of the chain. He's got a tough mark to beat at 170 feet, 8 inches. Got every capability in the world. These are good people. They enjoy pulling a lot. They're a fine group of people. Dave and his wife and some friends travel with him all over the country and really do a great job at pulling. Well, the track is loosening up quite a bit, and it couldn't get enough traction for Dave Martin. Now, as the evening goes along, they've cut the track, they've dug down in it, they come back and tried to pack it back together, but the track's a little dry, a little powdery. It won't go back together and make enough pulling surface for these people to pull with. But each puller comes in and draws a number out of the pot, and that's the number that they go to. That's the number that they pull on the track this evening. Dave Martin out of Riverside with a Ragin' Cajun. Picks up the front end just a little bit, and you'll notice the loose surface kind of kicking up underneath the tires where the traction has gone away on the track. Dave doing his best job possible as he goes across the track, trying to find any part of the track that might have some more traction to it. He just couldn't get it all together tonight. Ends up with a disappointing 152 feet, 6.5 inches.
A look at a nice crowd tonight in Oakland, California. They're here to watch all of the competitors, including our next puller, Mike Shelley from Dos Palos, California.
1942 Chevrolet, one of the World War II vintage vehicles, but a lot of its changed as it's got a 454 Chevy in it. Just not enough traction to put the truck all the way out the end tonight. A good job, but it just couldn't make it reach for Mike Shelley in the California Flash.
Here's a look at our results of the modified trucks. Natural High, driven by Dan Moore, was the winner. 170 feet, 8 inches, outdistancing Golden Ox, who finished in second place. Running Bear third at 165, 9.5 inches. Rat Patrol in fourth, 165 feet, 5 inches. And Abracadabra, who actually started off the night, finished off at 164 feet, 2.5 inches. When we return, we'll show you the Bud Boss. Stay with us. We'll be coming back to Oakland, California in just a couple of moments.
I'm Duke. This is my car. These are my people. This is my cookie. And this is my oil filter. Purelated. Why purelated? Because they invented the oil filter. So they know how to make them right. And my people can learn from my noble example. Cookie, she don't care. She goes with me because I'm a legend. But you got your pure oil now, you got your pure oil later. Purelator oil filters.
Well, you know the bad news.
Charlie Carlson is in the meeting of his life, and his shirt is perfectly dry. But that doesn't mean he smells good. Because Underarm odor is invisible, he needs total protection. Sure Solid.
If everyone would take a look
Sure not only helps protect against wetness, it actually kills bacteria that cause odor. So, Charlie, why go to work with a dry shirt and a false sense of security? Use Sure Solid and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
December is packed with live sports surprises on ESPN. NFL showdowns every Sunday night. The world's finest tennis players at the Nabisco Masters. Sensational college basketball shootouts. ESPN's December delivers the SeaWorld Holiday Bowl. 2 special events featuring the world's greatest golfers. Plus, World Cup skiing, NHL excitement, and a special look back at this year in sports. All in December on ESPN.
Dan Patrick from Kingston, Ohio, sitting in the Warlord, a brand new top fuel type dragster used in the pulling world. Is something brand new and innovative, and Dan came out with probably the first one or one of the first ones.